I am Daphne Cristobal, your courtside reporter for the first game and the second game. So, kamusta ba kayong lahat? I hope you are all safe at the comfort of your homes. Let's offer a little prayer din para sa mga naapektuhan ng Typhoon Paeng. I hope guys na maging safe lang kayo. And of course, ito ang magiging first day natin ng quarterfinals para sa ating first game. Ayan na nga ang FEU Lady Tamaraws against the Adamson Lady Falcons. At 12:30 is the DLSU Lady Spikers against the USD Golden Tigresses. Para naman sa ating mga matches, ito na nga, syempre, separate tickets tayo for the morning and afternoon games as early as 4 o'clock p.m. Ayan ang Ateneo Blue Eagles against the Perpetual Help Lady Alta. Sa ating last game, NU Lady Bulldogs against the UP Fighting Maroons. Kaabang-abang talaga ang ating mga matches for today. Pero tingnan naman natin yung mga naging matches natin last week. So, no October 23, nanalo nga ang San Beda University against the EAC Lady Generals. Para sa ating second game, the San Sebastian Lady Stags won against the Mapua Lady Cardinals. Para sa ating third game, nanalo ng 3 straight sets ang Letran against the JRU Lady Bombers. Para naman sa ating fourth game, nanalo din ang CSB Lady Blazers kontra sa Arellano University. So, this is our final rankings para sa nangyaring classification matches. So, para sa ating games, nanalo na nga ng 9th to 10th place ang UA Lady Warriors at ang Lyceum Lady Pirates. Para sa ating 11th place, CSB Lady Blazers, 12th place, Arellano Lady Chiefs, 13th place ang Letran Lady Knights. Para sa ating 14th place, JRU Lady Bombers, 15th, San Sebastian Lady Stags. Para sa 16 naman ang Mapua Lady Cardinals, 17th, San Beda Lady Red Spikers, and the 18th place goes to EAC Lady Generals. Pero sa ngayon, let's take a look at our impact plays of the week.
And Tomia with a good first ball. Jewel ending that with a bang. Yan, this is third set. So mainit na ang ating mga players. And ang ganda din talaga ng set. Close to the net and high.
And errors. Saet. To Habakon. And that ball just hit through the hands of Jennifer Omapas.
Such another powerful attack coming from Angel Habakon, and we can see her apologizing.
That's a very efficient server, Dennis Buzon. Burado!
Showing FEU that wasn't out there.
Emphatic hit from the lefty. Specialist ng ang NCAA. Good serve. Melendres block there. Look at that.
And you see her reaction from that block. Wow!
Napangiti na rin sa uli. But look at that. Daisy Melendres.
Solid
No
block.
entry. Sabi ni Batara. And this block of the set is sending it over. Chance ball for USD. Quick hit. Good denial there by Dahab. Gula. Sabi niya, ako na bahala.
Good break ball hit.
Sai Sagula, the youngster, delivering.
And that is it for our Impact Plays of the Week. Grabe talaga yung pinapakita ng ating mga student athletes. Dalawa nga dito ay galing sa UST and isa dito yung powerful hit coming from Angel Habacon. And syempre next week, hindi rin magpapatalo ang iba pang mga teams. But for now, syempre tingnan muna natin ang ating Player of the Week na si Clyde Katarig of the CSB Lady Blazers. Kita talaga natin. Ito si Clyde Katarig, kahit na hindi na sila nakapag-proceed dito sa next round. Pero grabe pa rin yung pinapakita niyang performance every game. Nag-back-to-back best player pa nga to si Clyde Katarig. Kita talaga natin kung paano siya nagsa-step up for the Lady Blazers and just, contributing to the team no matter what happens. And dinidisregard niya na lang yung status or performance nila. Nakita natin, 9 points siya against Letran Lady Knights and 10 points against the Arellano Lady Chiefs. So saan nga ba natin mapapanood ang ating mga games? Well, you may catch us through our numerous live stream channels. That's at Shakeys PH on Facebook and Shaky Super League on Facebook and on TikTok. Meron din tayo sa My Plus Network on Facebook, Plus Network 2020 on YouTube. Syempre, bagong-bago ang Up Live. Kaya naman mag-download na kayo and don't forget to follow Plus Network and syempre enjoy. Catch up kayo with Tiffany Fran and of course with Kristen Chua. If you are not available today, worry not since we have a next day TV broadcast at Solar Sports on cable and IBC 13 on Free TV. Of course, kabang-abang ang ating mga matches, especially itong first game natin. So stay with us because up next is the battle between the FEU Lady Tamaraws and the Adamson Lady Falcons.
We were put to a halt yesterday, but today we can't be stopped as we bring you the top 8 teams battling for position for the quarterfinals of the Shaky Super League. First of our quadruple header is this is the FEU Lady Tamaraws going up against the Adamson Lady Falcons. Good morning, everyone! Sa lahat ng ating nanonood sa ating Plus Network and of course other platforms, we welcome you to our first game, Sheila Salaysay, together with Kayla Reyes, covering you our first game for today. And Kayla, how important itong second round sa lahat ng ating mga teams?
Of course, this match is gonna be a thrilling one between the FEU Lady Tamaraws and the Adamson Lady Falcons. Both teams want to start the second round with a win, and this is where their win matters the most.
That's correct. Magiging kasing lakas nga at intense ng bagyong payang ang ating mga laro for today as we bring you the first game. This is two teams heading into the next round onwards and upwards para sa FEU Lady Tamaraws and Adamson Lady Falcons. As we take a look at our team standings with the DLSU and USC also reaching the next round and joining Pool F. This meant that FEU's 5-set defeat to the Lady Spikers and Adamson's 5-set loss to the Golden Tigresses in the preliminary round will be carried over.
Yes, so we see DLSU and UST at the top of the standings, and our games for today, Adamson and FEU, with a loss each. As what Sheila mentioned, those losses were carried over from our preliminary round.
Yes, kumbaga kung sino yung kung nakalaban nila on the first round, hindi na nila makakalaban dito sa ating second round. Yan po ang magiging takbo ng laro nitong ating mga koponan, and that is the Shakeys pre-huddle of the game. And we have something new for the second round, and this is the video challenge system.
Yes, for our video challenge system, we will have 2 calls per set, and coaches can request to call or to challenge whether a ball is in or out, a block touch, net fault, antenna touch, and even the foot faults.
That's correct. Well, sabi mo, Akila, each team has 2 attempts every set na nga itong challenge system. Kapag naging successful sila the first time, hindi yun mababawas sa kanilang 2 attempts. But if they fail this challenge, definitely mababawas yun sa kanila. Every set, each team has 2 attempts or challenges na pwede nilang makuha. Now, we'll talk more about that as we go along in our game. Pero pag-usapan naman natin itong tournament recap ng ating unang koponan, and that is the FEU Lady Tamaraws. FEU, they finished with a 2-1 record and 6 points. They are second in Pool D. Previous game nila, they won over CSB in a thrilling 5-setter game that happened in September 24.
And we also see that they lost to DLSU in a thrilling 5-setter match. They put up a great fight, seeing an improved FEU team last October 1. And they also won over Litran in straight sets. A very much a dominating win.
That's correct. You know, this under the new squad, and then they have a new coach, of course, Tina Salak. They also have definitely Barbie Hamili, Jin Asis, and other Obaldo, their playmaker, heading their team. But this lady, leading the charge, it's none other than, of course, Chini Tagaod.
We can see Chini Tagaod averaging 13.3 points, so that's double digits. And our stats, they never lie. She's a powerful player, all-around player, of course, on that net and on the service line as well.
Definitely, she has been their best player in the first round and played a crucial role in their victories over the CSB and Letran Lady Knights. Yan, kaya at this time naman, pag-usapan natin ang nangyari sa mga laro ng Adamson Lady Falcons. They finished with a 3-1 record, 10 points, second yan in Pool B.
Yes, we see that they lost their first game last September 24 to UST in 5 sets. It was a thrilling match all throughout. They then won over San Sebastian in straight sets, a very much dominating win. They did easy work actually for all the remaining games. October 16, they won over LPU in straight sets as well. Another dominating win in all aspects of the department. October 22, they won over EAC as well. Another light and quick work game for
That's
them.
correct. Well, they really displayed supremacy dun sa kanilang huling tatlong laro dahil ang bilis nga nila tinapos ito. And then, of course, with everyone having a lot of stars in this team, there was one lady, baby lady Falcon started actually, and she is reaching the next level. She played in the Adamson Baby Falcons. At ngayon naman, nagpapakilala siya in the women's team.
For Kate Santiago, we can see her first round averages averaging at 9.8 points. We see she's a powerful and smart player. Isa din siya sa mga inaasahan ng kanyang koponan.
That's correct. Well, she actually was a vital player in that final season of UAAP Girls Volleyball Tournament, and now she is promising rookie, of course, of Coach Jerry E's team. And now, let's know more about these two teams. Pasa ko muna kay Daphne Cristobal.
Rain or shine, the battle continues for the Adamson Lady Falcons and the FEU Lady Tamaraws. For Coach Jerry, he wants the Lady Falcons to take advantage of FEU's weakness. As per Coach Tina Salak, the girls are struggling in their health in the past week. All she wants is for the Lady Tamaraws to execute well despite the setbacks and overcome this battle kahit medyo hinihingal pa sila. Sheila and Kayla, this is really going to be an exciting match between the two great teams. Who do you think will win this game, Sheila and Kayla?
Well, for me, it's gonna be hard to tell who's gonna take this match. Both teams are hungry, knowing how aggressive and competitive they both are.
That's correct. You know, these two teams, they want to start the next round, right, with a win. Kaya naman magiging, gaano ba katindi itong ating magiging laro for the first game?
For sure, we're gonna be seeing quality action, longer rallies, maybe even a 5-setter match. It's to no surprise to us and to the volleyball fans how exciting this game will be, knowing the talent talaga that both teams have.
That's correct. This is Louis Romero, of course, together with Kate Santiago of the Adamson Lady Falcons. On the other side, this is Hamili and Chini Tagaod leading their way. So makikita natin sila. And who will win? We'll find that out after Shakeys Super League returns.
Good morning, Rizal Memorial Coliseum. Welcome to the next round. This is the quarterfinal ranking matches here at the Shaky Super League 2022 Preseason Championship. It's Far Eastern University versus the Adamson University Lady Falcons. To start today's game, let's meet both teams. Starting with the Adamson University Lady Falcons. Led by their team captain, number 7, Louis Romero. And first libero, number 10, Karen Verdeflor. Here come their teammates, number 4, Angel Alcantara. Number 6, May Enrique. Number 8, A.A. Adolfo. Number 9, Kate Santiago. Number 11, Riza Cruz. Number 12, Trisha Tubu. Number 13, April Tagisip. Number 15, Achik Huegos. Number 16, Ishi Lalongisip. Number 17, Lucille Almonte. Number 18, Lorento Ring. And second libero is Kay Lazo. And now, here come the Far Eastern University Lady Tamaraws. Led by their team captain, number 5, Tin Obaldo. Their first libero, number 2, Sheila Quiseo. Their teammates, number 1, Shanley Zerna. Number 7, Ann Asis. Number 9, Chenny Tagaod. Number 10, Floriz Papa. Number 11, Jillian Gallo. Number 13, Aliza de Vasora. Number 16, Carrie Cruz. Number 17, Barbie Hamili. Number 18, Mitzi Banangi. Number 19, Jean Asis. Number 20, Ann Monares. And second libero is number 6, Max Wanko. Our referees for today's game. First referee, Bob Malena, National Referee. Second referee, Antonio Spartero, National Referee. Here come the starters for both teams. Starting with the Far Eastern University Lady Tamaraws. Number 5, team captain Tin Obaldo. Number 7, Ann Asis. Number 10, Floriz Papa. Number 17, Barbie Hamili. Number 18, Mitzi Manangin. Number 20, Ann Monares. And their libero is number 2, Sheila Quiseo. Head coach for the Lady Tamaraws is Tina Sala. And now, here come the starting lineup for the Adamson University Lady Falcons. Number 7, team captain Louis Romero. Number 9, Kate Santiago. Number 11, Riza Cruz. Number 12, Trisha Tubu. Number 17, Lucille Almonte. Number 18, Loren Turing. And their libero is number 2, Kay Lazo. Head coach for the Lady Falcons is Jerry Yee.
You have Christine Ubaldo, Ann Asis, Floris Papa, Barbie Hamili, Mitzi Panangin,
This
Julian Monares,
is the
and Sheila
first
May
quarterfinal
Iseo completing the lineup of Coach Tina Salak, Louis Romero, the team captain, also the setter, together with Kate Santiago, Riza Cruz, Trisha Tubu, Lucille Almonte, Lorin Toring, and Karen Vildeflor. That is the girls of Coach Jerry Yee. Itong dalawang teams na to nagtapat na din in the UAAP, and it was actually Adamson winning, that game.
Yes, we saw it in the UAAP. Adamson defeated FEU in straight sets, but I really think today is going to be a thrilling match. We never know what could happen. Nothing's predictable, especially with the revamped and very much improved FEU team.
That's correct. May additional din. Meron ding nawala, pero pag-uusapan natin yan as we start the first set. And this is brought to you by Shakeys Super Delivery. Order your favorite thin crust pizza and chicken and mojos now. What an opening that time for FEU. That is Monares getting the first point.
An attack right away coming from Ann Monares, and we also have to credit that to her properly. She was able to bring her reception to the hands of the setter, which is why it was so easy for her to attack.
That's correct. Pero naibalik naman agad ang puntos on their side, courtesy of Kate Santiago. Kate Santiago, she was superb in their performance in high school sa Baby Falcons. Ngayon, dinadala niya ito sa kanyang team. In college, Barbie Hamili gets the first ball. Miscommunication when it comes to the setup. That would
have been a great setup coming from Ubaldo, but a little of miscommunication between her middle blocker and her open spiker.
That's correct. Hamili, first service ace. Kate Santiago, back-to-back points agad for the Lady Falcons.
And as I mentioned earlier at the start of the match, Kate Santiago is a force on that net when it comes to her attacks, but also on that service line as well.
That's correct, and this serve of the game is brought to you by Shakey Super Delivery. Order your favorite thin crust pizza and chicken and mojos now. Almonte off the block. Good save by Hamili. Off speed, nakita yan dito ng Adamson, but there's a violation committed on the side of the Lady Tamaraws. For serving one is the count at si Kate Santiago pa din ang magsaserve for Adamson. Another miscommunication pero naitawid yan. Trisha Tubo denied at the net, good coverage. Almonte on the other side, pero nakuha pa rin yan ng FEU. Good save right there by Cruz. Another good defense at the net. Long rally we're seeing right here. Drop, and that ends the exchanges of defense.
We're seeing our first long rally happening between the two squads, and we have to credit that to Louis Romero for being able to properly distribute her sets to all her spikers. In that last exchange, we saw all her spikers being able to have an attempt in attacking.
That's correct. That cool play off the set is brought to you by R&B Milk Tea. Order now. But she has been really, a good playmaker. I'm talking about Louis Romero. When she came in sa Adamson after at biglang naging team captain na siya, bakit hindi? Right? She is doing well when leading the team. But there is a point gain on the side of FEU.
That point coming off a drop. from Fleury's Papa.
That's correct. On the floor serving for FEU, this is Monares. Good first ball by almost a point. Naibalik agad yan. It's Trisha Tubu with a drop sa dulo ng court ng FEU.
That was a smart placing shot coming from Trisha Tubu, seeing that down the line was open.
That's correct. Riza Cruz now on the serve for Adamson. She also has been vital in their previous matches.
And she's also actually improved over the past few seasons, from the last UAAP season and to the Shaky Super League.
That's correct. Papa committing an attack error that time.
She just hit that ball under, which is why it sailed out.
Adamson is up here by 5. And still on the floor, serving for the Lady Falcons. This is Riza Cruz, who played for Kings Montessori in high school, together with Luis Romero as well. Hamili with the hammer.
And you know, Sheila, I actually knew that this last spike by Hamili was going to get that point. You can see with her approach how explosive she really is, which is where she gets all that power.
That's right, and that spike of the set is brought to you by Potato Corner, world's best flavored fries. Order now. Floater. Romero giving this one to Tubo.
That was a great set actually coming from Romero, but medyo nadikit lang sa net and Trisha Tubu was unable to adjust to that.
Ang hirap.
Yes, but
Gawa
that was
ng
actually
paraan.
a great set. You saw how pinilit ni Luis Romero ibigay talaga sa utility side.
That's right. Good read on the side of Adamson as that service will go out point for Adamson. First technical timeout. Adamson up here, 8-4.
Hi, I am Maria Rochelle Vilalong Isip of Adamson University, and this is my set 5. So my favorite foods are, first is chicken. Masarap talaga yung chicken. Second is iced coffee. Kahit di ako kumain ng rice or ng meal, basta may iced coffee, solve na ako. Next is pizza. I always love eating pizza, especially yung flavor na spinach.
Averaging almost 13.3 efficiency per game, Chini Tagaod gives credit to Coach Tina Salak for her consistency each game. With all the sacrifices she makes in training, it eventually pays off during games. Kaya for her, Coach Tina is the game changer, improving each and every aspect as a player and molding them to become even braver. Ever since Coach Tina mentored the Lady Tamaraws, everyone has grown and is slowly unleashing their full potential. Kaya for Chini, it's through the guidance of Coach Tina, kaya mas nagiging effective siya as a spiker. Sheila and Kayla, do you think Chini will remain consistent in this game?
Thank you for that report, Daphne. And, well, Sheeny has been consistent, right? Every game for the Lady Tamaraws.
Yeah, she's been averaging double digits for her squad. And we don't see her on the court right now, but for sure we will be seeing her come the second set.
That's correct. And for the head coaches of FEU and Adamson, this is their first time maging head coach. Coach Jerry just coming in for this season, as well as Coach Tina Salak.
I think that's one of the reasons why that's actually the key component of what FEU has improved on over this past few months under Coach Tina Swing.
That's correct. Romero, tutoring, nakita yan dito ni Kiseo. From the back, Tubu, good save. That is off the block, definitely a point for the Lady Tamaraws.
And we really have to give credit to Kiseo. She isn't normally a libero, but now we see Coach Tina Salak starting to feel her in as one, and we can see her defense is just so superb and that energy on the court as well.
And the good thing about that is yung openness nitong mga players na to,
Yes.
for them to be converted to a different position.
And that's a big change because you're used to being a frontline attacker and now you cannot attack being a libero.
That's right, yung gigil.
Yes.
Right from a spiker to becoming a libero, that's totally a different thing. This is FEU getting back-to-back points. Almonte cross-court hit. Kiseo cannot get to that. Ang ganda ng naging iwas dito ni Lucille Almonte. Although Kiseo was already there.
Yes, you can really see how she avoided that single block of FEU.
Lucille Almonte also good contributions when it comes to offense as Barbie Hamili hits that down the line.
Barbie Hamini is starting to variate her shots in terms of which zone she brings it to. We see her going cross-court and now targeting zone 1, which seems to be really effective for her.
Totally agree. And this, of course, Barbie Hamili is a rookie of Tina Salak, played for National University, Nazareth National University. Transferred to FEU, but not a good start though at the service line for Barbie. Naiangat ng FEU yung kanilang puntos dito, 11 serving 8. And we have Lorin Turing for the Lady Falcons. Ubaldo setting this one in the middle. Solo block won't work for Riza Cruz.
Riza Cruz really improving over the past few months, and that's what I mentioned earlier. She knows where to hit that ball when she sees that there's two blockers right in front of her. She has two other options to go left and right from those blockers' hands.
That's right, as Lorin Turing again from Southwestern University before. The second time around that the Lady Tamaraws committed miscommunication when it comes to set plays.
Yes, we see this has been happening twice in the first set. It's just something they have to minimize as these are momentum killers for them.
That's correct. Mapapatawag nga dito ng timeout si Coach Tina Salak. Pakinggan natin.
Natin kung ano yung gusto natin ipa-execute na palo, na atake, para at least hindi rin siya nalilito. Minsan lang tayo makakuha ng magandang pasa, tapos ganun pa yung mangyayari. Okay, hindi tayo pwede magkaroon ng ganyan mga errors, nakakasakit. Uy, may echo ako. Naririnig nila?
Unang miscommunication error, okay lang eh. Pero nasundan pa yon, and it's clearly hindi talaga mag-connect si Ubaldo sa kanyang mga spikers.
Yes, and I think the timeout was very important since paulit-ulit na lang yung error nila, which is why you really need Ubaldo to be steady. As a setter is such an important part of the team as they orchestrate the offense.
That's correct, pero nakabawi naman agad itong FEU after that timeout. Good connection ang pinakita ni Ubaldo at ni Mitzi Panangin. Mitzi Panangin is a Sasafi MVP and first middle blocker in Cebu. Violation this time against Adamson University. That's back-to-back points for the Lady Tamaraws. Mitzi Panangin also steady at the net. Pero hindi that time as she commits another service error. That would be the third for FEU. Good floater. Cross-court attack, and that will work.
Another great attack coming from Ann Monares. She's just so athletic and knowing where to bring that ball hindi rin siya ganon katangkad. But she's able to get up there. And I also would like to give credit to the reception that FEU has been showing, which is why they're able to orchestrate their plays.
At yun din naman ang nangyari on the other side. Putos coming from Trisha Tubu, just hitting down the line. Hindi nakita ni Hamili. Kate Santiago again. Ubaldo. Monares was denied. From the back. Lasso setting this one to Almonte. Papa saw that coming pero hindi niya kinuha.
Yeah, she actually thought that was gonna sail out but made the wrong decision.
Almonte is really good in seeing those kind of locks or openings. But
Yes.
Second technical timeout, lamang pa nandito ang Adamson, 16-11.
Hi, I'm Riza Andrea Cruz of Adamson University, and this is my set 5. My top 5 favorite places na gusto kong puntahan.
Now leading by 5 points sa ating second technical timeout. It's so sad lang sa FEU side na sobrang nadadali sila ng mga technical errors, no?
Definitely. And I think, communication is a really crucial part of the game. So that the timeout that was called FEU mid-set was really, really crucial. When they came back, talagang they gelled together. There's a lot of in the team. So tingnan natin kung sino mananalo sa set na to. So back to the game, everyone.
Our live host, of course, bringing the action. At chismisan dito sa gilid about the teams.
Now we see Chini Tagao checking in.
That's correct. And of course, to download Up Live and join the chatter with your favorite players, you may scan the QR code now on your screens. This is another platform where you can join us at syempre makipagchikahan, talking about the different players and different teams that we have in the Shaky Super League together, of course, with Tiffany and Kristen. Quick attack, makakapuntos dyan si Ann Asis.
And because of that reception, you were able to activate your middles, which is really working for FEU.
That's correct. Ann Monares this time, serving for FEU. Committed another service error.
Service errors starting to pile up on this FEU side.
That's correct. FEU committing 4, none for Adamson. So, ang laking impact nun when it comes to their scores. Ubaldo, Tagaod, rejected. That is double contact.
That was a great block coming from the Adamson side. Perfectly reading Chini Tagaod well.
But Coach Dina Salak again calls for timeout.
Sinasarap natin kung pagdidikitin natin yung nandun yung play natin, hindi umaalis yung blocker, talaga nandun na nakabang. Kung gusto mo mag-play 1 o kaya 1 up o kaya paraningin mo siya. Nagkakaroon na ng dalawang blocker, hindi na gumagalaw doon sa set play. Okay? Sini, yung kanina, diba kaya ka pumasok para mag-contribute, hindi para magbigay ka pa ng isang problema sa loob ng court.
As we heard in that timeout called by Coach Tina Salak, mentioning to Chini Tagaod that she was subbed in to help out for this team, but as we saw earlier, she committed a few errors when she was subbed in. And I think that timeout was just called to encourage her, as we know she's such a talented player and coach is probably trying to wake her up.
That's correct. And siya nga actually ang nagdadala sa kanyang team in every game, contributing really good numbers. And of course, dahil naghahabol sila dito, definitely, kailangan talaga ni Coach Tina Salak ang services ni Chini Tagaod. Last rally, that was gained. Actually, point on the side of FEU. And Monares from Bacolod, Taytung, product of Sir Boy Montalvo. Almonte, no blockers in front
Another great spike coming from Lucille Almonte, targeting that zone 1 area of FEU.
And this spike off the set is brought to you by Potato Corner, world's best flavored fries. Order now. Rejected at the net si Turing. Kate Santiago from the back, but that was too strong. Parang nawala din sa timing in that last play si Kate Santiago.
A rare error coming from her.
Chini Tagaod from Tagum, Davao. She has really an excellent attacker since high school. As well as Tubu. Hamili attempting to save the ball.
Another powerful hit though coming from Trisha Tubu. And Kiseo was just unable to control that ball.
That's correct. Lucille Almonte also played for Kings Montessori. Ubaldo, that's a tough shot. Panangin just tried to make something out of that setup. Pero nagka-error dito ang FEU. Puntos mapupunta pa din sa Adamson.
I think FEU really has to get organized when it comes to their setting. Kasi doon talaga sila nagkaka-miscommunication.
So far, no? Dahil hindi sila makakonvert.
But that was immediate impact coming from Lucille Almonte with that serve.
That's correct.
And as I was saying earlier, I really think FEU, they have great reception. It's just that when it comes to their setting, so far medyo nagkakagulo pa.
Almonte doing good, not only in front but also at the service area. Romero to Kate Santiago off the block. Gallo. Toring asking for check, and yes, she got one. Nakakalimutan yata ng ating coaches
Coach
ang
Tina
challenge.
will be challenging this call though.
Pero hindi daw. This is a set point for Adamson. Gallo to Barbie Hamili, and she got the point.
We can see that Hamili is starting to master that zone 1 area, and this is the second time she's gone to that area, and really is working for her.
Ang galing nung iwas na, lalo na yung katawan niya na kaya niyang hampasin yung bola down the line, avoiding the blockers.
And how much force as well to put into how much you turn to that corner.
That's correct, as Kate Santiago putting an end in that set, hitting that cross court, and Sheila Kiseo just misreading that attack.
That was another great hit. And right on that line as well.
That's correct. Medyo nakapasok din yung depensa
Yes.
dito ng FEU. First set, 25-15. This is the Lady Falcons getting their first set. Babalik po ang Shaky Super League.
slow start on the side of FEU, but for the Lady Falcons, ang aga nilang rumatsyada dito.
Yes, we see Adamson being more dominant in terms of their attacks, and Louis Romero really going to all her spikers, making them look good, and being able to distribute that ball effectively.
That's correct. On the other side, it was Ubaldo having also a challenging time when it comes to creating plays and connecting to her attackers. Kaya naman, a couple of errors, lalo na sa kanilang set plays ang nakita natin in the first set.
Yes, but I think come the second set, we'll be expecting more action. We'll have a new lineup for both teams as we have our Shakeys all-to-play rule.
That's correct. For the Lady Falcons, we have Alcantara, Huegos, Tagsip, Nike, Lalong Isip, checking in, of course, together with Verdeflor and Adolfo. On the other side, it's Asis, Tagaod, already a starter, Devosora, Zerna, playing for Coach Tina Salak and hoping that they can redeem and snatch a set for this game. The second setter for FEU, that's Jillian Gallo. Siya naman ang magiging driver pagdating sa opensa ng Lady Tamaraws. But Jill Gallo setting or serving this one, as this set is brought to you by Shakey Super Delivery. Order your favorite thin crust pizza and chicken and Mojo's now. Not a good start for FEU though. This is Antoinette Adolfo. Good first ball. Hit in the middle, and that will work. Devosora getting their first point.
That was a great hit coming from Devosora, and Gallo with a great setup for her.
Siya nga ang magsaserve for FEU. Good first ball this time. Off the block. Naibalik yan ng FEU, setting this one. Open. Lalong Isip gaining a point from that attack.
And we can also see the versatility of Ishi Lalong Isip. As we saw her at the start of the league, serving as their libero, but now she's back to her original position, which is an open spiker.
That's correct. She has been excellent dun sa position na yun. And that's her position when she played for the Baby Falcons. Chini Tagaod, bumabawi. Umpisa yan ng second set.
Chini Tagaod registering her first point for her squad. Powerful hit down the line.
The spike of the set is brought to you by Potato Corner, world's best flavored fries. Order now. Verdeflor. Alcantara. Opposite, Huegos will get that point.
Not the strongest hits coming from Huegos, but hindi lang kinaya ng block ni Chini Tagaod and the middle blocker coming from FEU.
That's the first error committed by Adamson. First set, wala silang naging service error.
I think that plays a big role on why Adamson was able to gain a comfortable lead in that first set. Since the service errors of FEU served as free points for Adamson. And we see this service error still haunting this FEU side.
That's correct. Pangalawa na yan for the Lady Tamaraws. At syempre, puntos. Puntos naman yon, advantage for the Lady Falcons as Lalong Isip is now serving and getting her second point rather of the set. One, or the first at the service area.
Great serve. Look at that ball and how it does not spin, which makes that so hard to receive for any spiker or for the libero as well.
This time, FEU able to convert. Excellent slide
courtesy of Asis.
That was a great running attack coming from Jean Asis, going cross court, and credits to Galios for being able to set up that play.
That's correct. Chini Tagaod now on the floor. She went to San Jose Recoleto, Cebu in high school. That's a good read. From the back. Pero hindi good. Matitigan si Antoinette Adolfo.
Powerful attack coming from Adolfo, using the hands of the blockers.
Napaka-explosive ng kanilang mga approach, no? So, takbo pa lang makikita mo na talagang gusto nilang paluin. Jean Asis definitely did not intend, to attack the ball towards Wegos. It's just that Wegos was in that area.
Yes, we can see FEU and Galio starting to go to her middle blockers more because they're able to bring their digs and receptions straight to her. So which is why it's easier for them to activate their middles.
This time, it's their defense naman ang gumana in that last play. Back-to-back points for Lady Tamaraws. Jean Asis still serving. Verde Flor with a good first ball. Tagsip rejected at the net.
There was a net touch called on Tagsip of Adamson.
That's 3 straight points for FEU. Jean Asis, who played for the girls volleyball team of FEU as well. Mabawi si lalong isip. And that's Adolfo rather with an off-speed hit.
We can see Adolfo starting to variate her shots. And she looked like she was going to be attacking that ball as you look at her approach, but decided to do an off-speed attack instead.
That's correct. Now this is Adamson. An unusual Adamson that we are seeing. First technical timeout na po tayo. First time, FEU lumamang 8-7 is our score.
What's your purpose? Coach Tina asked the girls this question right after the end of the first set. She reminded the girls that they need to win this game to get their morale in the upcoming games. Mind over matter daw kahit nagsastruggle sila in their physical health at kailangan talaga nilang bumalik this second set. Sheila and Kayla, will the Lady Tamaraws get their momentum this time around?
That report, Daphne, so far FEU is slowly building their rhythm this part of the game.
Yes, we can see when Adamson started to commit errors, FEU was able to crawl back into this game.
Well, under the leadership of Coach Tina Sala, well, she has achieved a lot of, titles under her name as a player. And on her first time as a head coach stint, tingnan natin paano niya, mas i-instill or ma-share yung experience and yung kanyang knowledge when it comes to this sport. Nine serving 7, FEU on top.
That was a great call coming from Verde Flor, seeing that that ball was sailing out. And again, these service errors for FEU.
This is Adolfo for Adamson.
Back-to-back service errors coming from both squads.
Pangatlo na yan ng Adamson for this set only. At syempre, ito yung nangyayari. Kanina, it was FEU committing those errors. This time, it's Adamson, and na-enjoy ng FEU yung advantage na yun because they can easily get points. Tagaod off the block. Huegos. Nabasa yan ni Wangko. And that rally, Huegos found the line. Adamson winning that exchange. Adamson University, it's April Tagsip.
Another service error on that Adamson side, which is not the usual Adamson that we expect them to be, as they weren't able to make, they didn't commit any service errors in the first set.
That's correct. Good serve that time from Serna. Ang bilis bumami yung Huegos.
It was a great, powerful attack coming from Huegos, targeting the cross court.
Yes, Ayesha Huegos coming alive here in the second set.
And what's good about these girls is once they commit an error, mabilis silang bumawi, which is so important in this game.
As every point counts for these two teams. Alcanta to Huegos, but this time she won't make it. You have Coach Tina Salang and Coach Jerry Yee at the sidelines. Really consistent when it comes to their to giving reminders. And that time, that's lalong isip finding the line on the backcourt of FEU.
Actually, if you think about it, and if you look at these spikes, they aren't the most powerful spikes, but they are properly placed at the zones where walang tao sa depensa.
And that good play of the set is brought to you by R&B Milk Tea. Order now. Tagaod. Dug right here. And a time again. It's A.A. Adolfo seeing that open spot on the floor of FEU.
Adolfo targeting that sharp cross-court area. And mahirap din bantayan yung area na yun when it comes to floor defense.
Lalong isip also played for the Adamson Baby Falcons. Free ball. Alcantara. Same spot, same result. Back-to-back points for Adolfo.
Like what you said, same target again coming from Antoinette Adolfo. Just, you can see na hindi siya ganun katangkaran, but her explosiveness really gets her to spike how powerful she can.
That's correct. Asis again trying the slide, and she will get a point. Now, if they cannot make a point on their defense, definitely babawi sila sa offense. As a Chini Tagaod, she is expected, of course, to contribute as she always does. And speaking of contribution, that is the first service is for the Lady Tamaraws.
That was a great serve coming from Chini Tagaod. Perfectly targeted. And of course, it was so hard to read in the side of Adamson.
Parang kalkulado niya yung court ng Adamson. Second time around. Off speed. Good save by Wangko. Chance for Adamson. Rejected at the net is Adolfo, but that time, this is Alcantara delivering for Coach Jerry Yee.
Great decision coming from Alcantara, seeing that ball from her teammate was medyo nag-over na sa net and decided to go for that 1-2 play.
Siyempre nagawa niya because she's a frontliner. Good decision, as you've mentioned. Overset, almost a point, pero tumama sa net si Adolfo, definitely that's going to FEU side.
That set was just too tight to that net, and Adolfo really tried her best to adjust, but ended up hitting that net.
This is Asis Alcantara trying to make an adjustment and be creative when it comes to her set, but committed an error. Second technical timeout. This is FEU still on top.
Back ating mga ka-up live dito sa Shakeys Super League. Grabe, we have now reached the second technical timeout of the second set. Sobrang turn of events ang nangyayari dito. FEU is now leading by 2 points. Grabe, nag-warm up na talaga sila.
They really made a comeback
Pagkatapos
there.
ating sabihin na ang galing ng Adamson.
Yeah, they really made a comeback. You see, Coach Tina Salo is really making sure that the teams would have, great harmony and communication. So, I just also want to plug in, since it's Halloween, what's the thing that you're most scared of? Let's ask the panel, Kayla and Sheila. What is the thing that you're most scared of course, in the spirit of Halloween?
For me, I'm scared of rats. That's my biggest fear. And cockroaches.
Ba't kaya pala yun yung tinanong mo sa akin kanina, diba? Because of the flood that happened. Sa akin, mas takot ako sa tunay na tao kaysa sa multo. Alright, well, thank you for that, Tiffany, of course, and Kristen, to download Up Live at makisali sa kanilang chikahan. And you can also vote for your favorite players. Scan the QR code now. And this is another platform where all you volleyball fans can watch, of course, our games hindi lang dito sa Plus Network, but in the Facebook pages, TikTok and YouTube as well of Plus Network and Shakey Super League.
Adolfo really coming alive for the Adamson Lady Falcons squad today. Another great attack coming from her.
And Louie Romero really making use of her spikers. Kaya naman pinasok na siya dito ni Coach Jerry. Tagaw from the back. Parang hindi siya galing sa backline that time.
And that's because Chini Tagad can really get up, and you can see yung broad jump niya talagang explosive, which is why she's such a force on that back row attack as well.
That's correct, and that spike off the set is brought to you by Potato Corner, world's best flavored fries. Order now. Ngayon, hindi mo alam kung ano yung Potato Corner spike, kung yung kay Tagsip o yung kay Tagaod, because of that excellent timing and hit from the middle. Wonka with the first ball. Ubaldo with a one-hand set. Rejected Cruz. Tagaod again. Romero attempted to get that via pancake but did not succeed. It's FEU dictating the tempo for this part of the match. As Monares checks in and she replaces Devosora. The floater. Tubo. Ubaldo was there. Opposite again. And that will work for Drews.
Great attack coming from Drews. Seeing that the blockings of Adamson wasn't well established. Medyo may gap. There was space between the blockers and that net.
That's correct. She found a hole in between the blockers' hands. That's another point for FEU. Romero tatakbo dito. Tubo. Gini Tagaod this time. Off the block. Opposite again, and that is another point for Drews. Back to back from the opposite. You will like how this time Ubaldo utilizing her attackers kasi alam ni Ubaldo na nasa harap si Tagaod pero ang laki din ng blockers niya. So on the other side, trying to maximize her attacker. Successful so far as another point gained here by April Tagsip.
That was a great setup as well, coming from Romero, fighting Tagsip for that power drop. Now we see Turing checking in the match.
As I turn you over first to Daphne for this report.
With over 500,000 followers on TikTok, Sheila Long Isip uses her platform to inspire fellow aspiring student athletes. Few months ago, she surprised her mom with a sack of rice, which was really appreciated by her mom. Naiyak pa nga daw at sobrang priceless daw talaga ng reaksyon ng kanyang mommy. Someday, she can spoil and pay back to her mom na hindi lang daw isang sako ng bigas, but anything that would make her source of strength very happy. That's all for now. Back to the panel.
Thank you, Daphne. And I guess, kahit ano pang ibigay mo sa mommy mo, now they will really appreciate it.
Yes, and it's nice to see how our student athletes are also utilizing their platforms in many good ways.
Kasi high school pa lang yung karamihan sa ating mga athletes from these two teams already. Nasa Manila na sila. They came from provinces and then left their families just to play and study at the same time. But meanwhile, you are seeing an excellent rally from these two teams. Rejected at the net. This time and again.
And right on cue, we see Sheila Long Isip with that cross-court kill.
Tibay ng depensa ng FEU and Adamson, but that cross-court spot on the floor of FEU was just left open.
And credits to her, she was able to see that there was no one to safeguard that zone.
Tagaod instantly responds to that point. She was quite silent.
Yes, on the
on and
first
off.
set.
Yep. But knowing how resilient Chini Tagaod is, she will definitely, pitch in more. Already, we are just only in the second set. But it's FEU committing another error by Truce.
We see a visibly disappointed coach Tina Salak with those service errors still haunting the FEU side. And it was made at a crucial stage na medyo pa-close out na yung set.
That's correct. Not really the good time for them to commit errors. Jane Assis did not get a point. Kate Santiago almost. That time, Kate Santiago.
That was such a
Gaining
smart
a point,
hit
yes.
coming from Kate Santiago. We see her babying her attacks, but still getting those points. Soft hit. Just knowing where to place that ball.
Nababahala nga si Coach Tina Salak dito. They are only up by 1, calling for timeout.
Wala naman si Tubo naman nasa likod, Nasa likod naman. So, maliit yung sa blocker mo dito. So, magbigay tayo ng dulo-dulo. Pag-iwalay mo na. Ready, Ann, sa gitna. Huwag kayong mataranta. Sabi ko nga sa inyo, lahat ng possession natin, tayo magpapakalma, tayo aatake, may excite tayong umatake. Serving line, tapos na yun. Move on tayo, nagkakamali tayo serving line. Ngayon, aatake tayo, pasa mo na maganda. Iwalay tayo again.
I think one key takeaway from that timeout called by Coach Tina Salak was that to move on quick from their errors, and as well a reminder to Ubaldo that Tubu is at the back row, meaning the blockers for the Adamson side are shorter blockers, which is why they should be excited to attack that ball.
That's correct. And one thing, they should not worry because they have been actually dictating the tempo this time. Kasi kanina lumamang na nga sila, 'di ba? Ngayon, tumabla na itong Adamson, and that is just the cue of Coach Tina Salak to call Barbie Hamili. And this time, the services are important. Ginasis is using her left. The OG lefty, Kate Santiago, did her works, denied si Tagaod. Assis will make a comeback.
It was a great attack coming from Asis. Ubaldo starting to go to her middle blockers more in this set.
This cool play of the set is brought to you by R&B Milk Tea. Order now. No, I like the distribution that Ubaldo is making. Kasi nababantayan na dito ng blockers si Chini Tagaod. So she has, you know, she has to make use of her other
options.
Yes. Even Turing was surprised in that attack. Bakit hindi, di ba? Parang ang bilis ng mga pangyayari, and the floor defense of FEU was not ready.
And you saw how Turing was able to twist her body mid-air. She saw that there was a blocker right in front of her, and she decided to target that spike on the left side of that blocker.
That's right. Tagaod, dug by Tubo. Kate Santiago. Monares ng gigil, hitting that towards the net. Coach Tina Salak was not happy with that call. Well, this is one of the chances that Coach Tina can make use of the challenge, right? Pero she opted call for timeout instead.
Ako na tayo. Wala na, tapos na.
Yes, coach.
Basta ako lang yun. Labas ako doon. Okay, concentrate tayo sa pasa. Ano magandang play natin? Dulo-dulo. Meron tayong dalawang back row. Tiwala tayo sa papasa, tiwala tayo sa set. Makakatawa tayo maganda.
Let's go!
And I really agree with what Coach Tina Salak mentioned now. Tapos na yun yung tawag na yun, and as we can see her apologizing to the referee as well for her reaction, which is a normal reaction. But she just mentioned to her girls na one stop lang, and what they have to prioritize now is the reception and of course have one good play to stop Adamson from taking the set.
You know, minsan talaga hindi maiiwasan maging emotional ng mga coaches
It's
natin.
completely normal.
Lalo na sa mga crucial parts of the game. Lalo na kanina, humahabol kasi sila. Actually, they were leading, pero ngayon humahabol na sila. Because, and then one unfavorable call rather, definitely will have a huge impact. But we are now tied at 24. Romero goes to Kate Santiago, rejected at the net. Good recovery by Adamson. Chance for FEU. Ubaldo going to Monares. Kate Santiago, Asis was there. Monares asking for check. You know, now our officials actually, it's reminding. There you go. This is our first challenge requested. And that's going to be on the side of Adamson.
They will be checking if there was a block touch.
We're waiting for the decision of our officials. And clarifications on their end. Let's take a look at it again.
There seems to be no touch in this angle. But let's see what the referees decide.
Our officials trying to see if which team will get the advantage in that last play. That's a crucial and close.
Actually,
from this angle,
it's really hard to tell because from our angle there seems to be no touch, but at the same time you see the blocker's hands move too, so it's hard to tell.
That's correct. This is a very crucial part of the match as FEU winning that rally Coach Jerry Yee unsuccessful from that challenge.
Tamaraws are now at set point. Serving for the set is Eugene Asis.
And another point gained on the side of FEU. Kate Santiago committing an error. This is the Lady Tamaraws able to cap off this set. We are now tied at one set apiece, 26-24.
Here with me is our Shaky super fans of the game, Maru, Roque, Zach, and Rayan. So ano bang team ang inyong sinusuportahan?
Adamson, Lady Falcons!
Yan, meron ba kayong specific player na sinusuportahan? Sino ba?
Ate ko po, easy lalong easy.
Ikaw, sino ba?
Louie Romero po, idol ng football lahat.
Parinig naman kami ng isang cheer for the Adamson Lady Falcons.
A-D-A-M! S-O-N! A-D-A-M! S-O-N! Adamson!
Ayan, for sure, Bob.
Adamson!
Ay, sorry, mahaba pa pala. Grabe talaga. And for sure, magiging energized ang Adamson Lady Falcons. That's it for our Shaky super fans of the game. Back to the panel.
And this Shakeys Super Fans of the Game is brought to you by Shakeys Super Delivery. Order your favorite thin crust pizza and chicken and mojos. Now, kailangan ng Adamson yung energy galing from their fans as we take a look at what happened at set number 2. It's Asis taking control of her slides, gaining those points.
Yes, we can see a better set 2 coming from FEU. Dikitan yung laban from start to finish, and that crucial call that was awarded to FEU was very, crucial because it led them to take away the set.
That's correct. Let me just correct ourselves. Earlier, it was a review. Kanina, nung last instance na yon, no challenge was used as of that moment. And on the third set, ito na nga, this is the solid 6 that we are expecting from these two squads going back to the time that Adamson defeated FEU and UAP happened May 31. Naging dominating nga dito ang Lady Falcons. That time, they have Aliyah Marce and Trisha Genesis. On the other side, wala pa si Barbie Hamili. This time lang, una nating nakita si Barbie Hamili for the Lady Tamaraws. So, on the side of the Falcons, they lost a few players. Meron din naman nag-fill in. Dumating si Kate Santiago on this side.
And Trisha Tubu as well.
Yes, for the Lady Tamaraws, it has been really a big contribution. Pagdating naman kay Barbie Hamili, of course, and this is Mitzi Panangin as well. Contributions, gains, losses from these two teams. This is definitely not, a deja vu of what happened on their previous encounter. Few clarifications here on the side of Adamson. Ubaldo, Asis, Hamili, Tagaod, of course, and Wanko, their first libero, together with Julian Monares for Coach Tina Salak, Santiago Tubo Almonte, Tagsip Lazo, led by Louis Romero, together at a time with Risa Cruz for Coach Jerry Yee. And third set underway. This is brought to you by Shakey's Super Delivery. Order your favorite thin crust pizza and chicken and Mojo's now. We cannot be so easy, diba? Lalo na itong mga teams natin, bawat puntos ay napaka-importante. That's why everything has to be smooth even before we start the set. Lorin Turing is replaced by Kay Lazo. As this was dug by Almonte. Santiago just pushing that through. Tagaod from the back, rejected. Siya rin ang nakakover ng atake niya. Chance for Adamson. What a good defense right there by Barbie Hamili. It's Coach Tina Salak digging that attack from Kate Santiago. Adamson gaining the first point of the set.
Another great attack coming from Kate Santiago to start this set. Checking that ball off the blocker's hands.
Ginasis opted to hit that from a quick in the middle, and she will get her first point. And this cool play of the set is brought to you by R&B Milk Tea. Order now. Ubaldo has been really good in distributing and creating the plays of the Lady Tamaraws. Back-to-back points as Adamson was committed an error in that last play. Christine Ubaldo also played for Kings Montessori in high school. Already a setter, a tall one. As Kate Santiago with a kill from the opposite.
Well, Kate Santiago is a left-handed spiker, which makes it even harder to block her. And not just that, but she's just such a powerful hitter. And one of the spikers that Louis Romero really goes to.
That's correct. What an excellent dig right there from Lazo. Tagaod denied at the net. Barbie Hamili just hitting that too strong.
She hit that ball right under, which is why it sailed out and medyo na-miss contact na yung bola.
That's correct. Kate Santiago still serving, and her first round averages is 9.8 points for Lady Falcons. Combination play worked for Tagaod.
That was a great play coming from Ubaldo, and that middle blocker serving as a decoy in order for Tagaod to get that kill. I also really love the connection between Ubaldo and Tagaod.
And that's the start. Actually, the first for FEU.
Yes.
Tagsip, one of the tall players of Coach Jerry Yee. She is from Bukidnon and played for the Baby Falcons as well under Coach Lerma Giron. Hamili setting this one to Monares. Romero to Almonte. Blocked. Second time around, and she is denied. Still, good defense for Tagaod and Asis at the net.
That was a great block coming from Asis. Back-to-back blocks, actually.
This block of the set is brought to you by Peri Peri Charcoal Chicken and Sauce Bar. Order now. Kargado yung service ni Asis. Tubo. She was aggressive in that hit. Again, what can you say about the defense of FEU this time?
I think FEU is now trying to and ensuring that they prioritize their net defense. It's just proven to be effective for them, and that's the first line of defense, which is why dapat yan yung priority mo.
That's correct.
And we have to give credits to Jean Asis for spearheading their net
Solid.
defense.
Yes, that's right. Almonte was dug here by Hamili. Kinuha na, nandun na si Wango and Monares, but at the end, no one was able to put the ball up. That is back-to-back points on the side of Lady Falcons. Trisha Tubu from Tarlac has been also vital on the plays of Adamson. Jeannie Tagaon this time hitting from the opposite.
You can see how versatile she is, and that was an easy hit for her cross court, knowing where to bring that ball. And there was no one to be found in the defense of Adamson in that cross court zone.
She just loves, how Coach Tina Salak really trusts her, in leading the offense. Kate Santiago saving that, but ball's out.
Great effort coming from Kate Santiago for even crossing the net to try and save that ball, as those balls are still playable.
That's correct. Now, if I remember it correctly, Jeannie Tagaod is a middle attacker before. And she was just converted to hitting from the outside.
But that just shows how versatile she really is. She's such an effective open spiker. She even hits in that opposite side. And as you mentioned, she was a middle blocker before, so that really makes her an all-around player, especially when it comes to blockings.
That's right, but that time, Tagaod commits an error. Samili getting the first ball. Almonte able to see that one. Santiago off the block. That's too low for Chini Tagaod.
Back-to-back errors coming from Chini Tagaod, but we're now at our technical timeout.
It's Adamson Lady Falcons on top by 2.
To face a problem is impressive, but to overcome one is remarkable. That goes for Ann Monares, who has been consistently one of the reliable second stringers for the Lady Tamaraws. A few years ago, when she got her knee injury along with the start of the pandemic, everything else was falling apart for her, until her mom told her padayon, meaning to continue or to carry on. With that, she got herself a tattoo of a mountain and a wave, which serves as a constant reminder that even when life or training gets hard, she needs to overcome and keep going. Now let us see if Ad and the rest of the Lady Tamaraws can overcome this game against Adamson. Back to the panel.
Thank you for that, Daphne. And I believe isa ring malaking factor for Monares, yung motivation coming from her older sister, Joanne, playing for UP.
Yes, and that makes you more competitive when you see that your older sister is also playing the same sport and you want to be like her or even better than your sister.
Excited ako magtapat ng FEU at UP and how these two sisters Monares play against each other. Kate Santiago getting a point from that attack. And for athletes, it's normal to get injured, and pag nangyari kasi yun, you'll feel down for a while.
Of course, you're struggling physically and more so emotionally and mentally, how to get back and seeing your team play pero hindi ka din makalaro.
Heartbreaking yung ganong situation. But now that we can see her obviously delivering for Coach Tina Salak, that's a totally different story. Ubaldo, exchanges of drops from our setters. Excellent save right here. This is chance for Adamson. It's a bit of off timing as well in that last setup by Louie going to April Tagsip.
We see a substitution for Adamson. Riza Cruz coming in for Tagsip.
But Cruz is a bit silent as well in this game. We'll see.
I think that's also because they've been using Tagsip more, but I think that's a great opportunity to show how effective she really is. I'm talking about Cruz.
The wrist did not work that time for Monares, hitting that too hard. This is Louis Romero serving. Assist again. This is Tubu finally seeing that line on the side of FEU.
Great attack coming from Trisha Tubu, right on that line as well.
Hamili with the first ball. Lazo, good dig. Santiago with an exclamation point.
That was a great attack coming from Kate Santiago. Such an emphatic kill. Look at her soar over her blockers.
And the spike of the set is brought to you by Potato Corner, world's best flavored fries. Order now. Sasagot naman dito si Adolfo, but she is rejected at the net. That is back-to-back points for Adamson. Coach Tina Salak just wants to end that bleeding. As we see this block on the side of Adamson, that's Tubu and Cruz. This block of the set is brought to you by Peri Peri Charcoal Chicken and Sauce Bar. Order now.
Service ang TV. Push pa tayo, push.
Layo. Eh, Adamson! Tayo napapasa tayo. Diskarte tayo, dalawa lang. Third!
And this part of the game, kita mo paano bumabawi etong ating dalawang koponan, but it's just Adamson becoming more consistent.
Yes, and we hear Coach Tina Salak really targeting Obaldo in that timeout kung paano niya madidiskarte yung kanyang next play.
That's correct. This or that last play, was a lucky break for Asis. She was off timing already and just, hit the ball towards the other side, pero nakapuntos pa siya. Romero to Cruz. She was dug. Another drop, pero nandun si Verdeflor. Tubo was dug up by Ubaldo. Again, for Trisha Tubo, that time, Ubaldo cannot get to the ball.
And those last two hits, Louis Romero really going to Trisha Tubu and showing, that was Verdeflor going to Trisha Tubu. And she's just so athletic, which is why she's able to get up kahit back-to-back pa yung binigay na set sa kanya.
Monares and Tagaod changed positions. Trisha Tubu, error at the net. Now we would see that time, ang ganda na naging palitan dito. Clarification when it comes to the call. And this is a challenge by Coach Jerry Yee. Net fault daw. Trisha Tuber earlier said that wala daw. Hindi daw niya nahawakan yung net.
And we've been seeing that from her a lot. How kapag nag-over-dig yung kalaban niya, she goes up for that ball and tries to put it away by doing a dump.
That's correct. Ang taas din kasi ng reach ni Trisha Tubo. She was actually always in an advantage when it comes to the attacks. Pero ngayon parang medyo inaalagaan niya yung kanyang mga hits.
Yes.
Diba? Hindi ganon kalakas, unlike her previous matches where we can see her tumutodo every time.
Looking at the video challenge right here. Net touch daw ba? And from this, we can see na
After review, Adamson's challenge for net touch is unsuccessful.
That was an unsuccessful challenge called by the Adamson squad, as we saw that Trisha Tubo indeed touched that net,
Yes.
going down from that dump.
And the point is gained by FEU from that challenge. They are still up here by 3. Romero to Truz, rejected at the net, but the ball is still alive. Chance for FEU. Ubaldo going to Chini Tagaod.
Tagaod finding that end line again. She knows where to bring that ball, and that's what's special about her. Hindi lang papalo basta't pumalo.
Yes.
She knows where to target her hits as well. Since we can see that Adamson is able to read her already.
That's correct. We have Asis, Tagaod, and Hamili in the front for FEU. Wow, that's a powerful lineup for Coach Tina Salak. Ubaldo going this time to Asis. Good coverage by Ubaldo. Hamili will do her job, and that is a touch.
Great
Puntos.
attack coming from Barbie Hamili, utilizing the hands of the Adamson block to get that point.
That's correct. And excellent presence of mind then on the side of FEU. Ubaldo getting that coverage, kaya sila nakapag-set up. Verde Flor, Romero going to Almonte. Cannot be denied.
Great attack coming from Lucille Almonte. Take a look at this replay. Going cross court. And
Tagaod and Asis actually were late,
Yes, to
at
the
the
block.
net. Yes. That's almost already a free point for Almonte. What an attack from the middle coming from Jin Asis. Now you can see how Asis can just deliver from any parts, especially when she's in front, and that cool play off the set is brought to you by R&B Milk Tea. Order now.
actually, Jean Asis is having a really great game today.
Well, we see her attacks mostly from slides, pero that time, galing yun sa gitna. As we go to our second technical timeout, the score is 16-14, Adamson on top.
What is up? Welcome back ating mga ka-up live dito sa Shakeys Super League. Nananaig talaga ang Adamson University. Now reaching our second technical timeout dito sa third set. Grabe! Ito talaga, ang lapit ng labanan nila,
Ay,
no?
mukhang mafa-5 sets to.
Wag mo sabihin yan. Tatagal tayo. Pero yeah, umabot na siguro tayo ng fourth set sana. Galingan na lang ng mga teams. At send your support dito sa Up Live by sending diamonds.
We have our Lucky Cheers, Sea Stars, Donuts, Casas, and Ferrari.
And
so
donuts, guys. Donuts masarap. Send more diamonds right after this. But for now, let's go back. Sige na.
Sige.
Thank you for that, Tiffany and Kristen. At syempre, bukod sa makipagtsikahan, you can also vote for your school. So download Up Live now, scan the QR code on your screens as Barbie Hamili gets the 9 at the net. Now, aside from watching us live in Plus Network, you can also view the games, of course, in YouTube at Plus Network 2020, Facebook and TikTok at Shakeys Super League. Next day broadcast is also available on IBC 13 and Solar Sports on cable. Barbie Hamili commits an error.
I'd like to give credit to the blocking of Adamson. Medyo nababantayan na rin nila si Barbie Hamili. because she has been one of the go-to players for FEU, which is why they've really made sure to block her properly.
That time around, Jeannie Tagaon cannot be blocked hitting from the opposite. No, kaya I think doon siya pwesto ni Coach Tina Sala kasi alam nilang mas madali bantayan kapag spiker ka sa open.
Yes. And of course, her blocker is also the open spiker of Adamson, which is actually one of the strengths. Dapat as an open spiker, magaling ka mag-block.
That's correct. Second setter is in for Coach Tina Salak. That's Galio. Romero going that time. But this time, Truce having difficulty with that shot. Medyo dikit na din sa net yung setup na yun kay Truce.
Pero hindi niya rin naggawa ng paraan because of how close that set was to the net.
Lucille Almonte, 19 serving 15 here. Galio in the middle, and that is Mitzi Panangin.
And if you notice, once FEU was able to get a perfect pass to the hands of the setter, they really make sure to utilize their middle blockers such as Panangin, Ases, and medyo kasi nababantayan na yung mga wing spikers, and that's a great strategy since maganda naman yung kanilang reception.
Kate Santiago rejected by the tandem of Panangin and Truce. Bantay na bantay nitong blockers ng FEU itong atake ni Kate Santiago, and this block of the set is brought to you by Peri Peri Charcoal Chicken and Sauce Bar. Order now. Another error on the side of FEU. At sumasakit ang ulo dito ni Coach Tina Salak. That is the Lady Tamaraws' fourth error at the service line.
Yes, because again, these service errors are being committed at the latter part of the set, or where it's more crucial.
That's correct. Violation will be called against Galio. Double contact. Adamson slowly slipping away, and Coach Tina Salak is not liking that.
Sorry, lumalabas yung character. Nagkakos tayo ng point. Nila. Hindi point natin. Naghahabol tayo. Kung tumidiskarte tayo na magandang diskarte, tapos tatapon tayo ng ganung error. Di ba napakasakit? Kita niyo mukha niyo. Bawin niyo. Hindi mo pwedeng ganyan yung attitude. Go! Mag-enjoy!
As we heard in the timeout, a visibly disappointed Coach Tina Salak as nakakasabay na sila to this Adamson squad. But these errors really haunting FEU when it comes to their service errors, and that last double contact called on Galios.
You know, this is, I believe, the first time I heard Coach Tina Salak showing, you know, she is verbally disappointed.
Yes.
Yes.
And that's because they're just giving away free points to this Adamson squad. And the morale of the players, you can see it in their faces as well, that they are medyo mababa na yung kanilang fighting spirit. And she's just really, with her being as a coach, she just trying to wake up her players to how they normally play and go back to their system.
That's correct. Last sequence, FEU's defense was absent. And that will definitely give a point to Adamson. Good first ball. Galio setting this one. So, one more time. Turing was there. Kate Santiago off speed. The third time around, Monares will earn a point.
Great attack coming from Monares, finding that gap in the Adamson block and going through their hands.
Tatlong beses siyang binigyan ng set dito ni Galio. But every time, it's the same intensity, same explosive approach.
And you can see how athletic these girls really are. I'm sure they've trained for the Shaky Super League for the past few months then in terms of their strength and conditioning.
Well, you speak of athleticism, and that last play, of course, Kate Santiago just displayed how good she is doing her job. Service ace, courtesy of Louis Romero, sending them to a set point. Louis Romero leading the offense of Adamson. Error is what FEU committed, and that is an easy point awarded on the side of the Lady Falcons. Taking on this set, they are now up by 2 sets right here, 25-18. Third set, FEU having a tough time, trying to build their momentum.
But I think what FEU really lacked was their how they can minimize their errors, as that was what made them lose this third set.
That's correct, but it's also Adamson really, exhibiting magnificent attacks, and Louis Romero, doing a great job in trying to distribute and being crafty when it comes to her plays. Sa Adamson, we have Santiago, delivering with 4 points. Almonte and Tubo as well.
Yes, you see production from not just one player in this Adamson side. You see how deep their bench is and how they can really utilize all their attackers.
That's correct. In the previous set, Coach Tina Salak mentioned that she is looking actually for the character of her girls. Yun talagang nakikita niyang palaban. At of course, focus when it comes to their games. Yun ang gusto niyang makita, and we will definitely see that as we start our set 4. And this set is brought to you by Shakey Super Delivery. Order your favorite thin crust pizza and chicken and Mojos now. Tino Baldo starting this one. Tubo, Tagaod able to save the ball. Santiago cannot get a score from that attack.
That was a great save though, coming from Chini Tagaod in that last service.
So this is a good start for FEU.
Romero going to Trisha Tubu when she cannot be denied.
That was a powerful attack coming from Trisha Tubu. As you said earlier, Sheila, you can see Trisha Tubu babying her attacks. It wasn't her usual powerful stuff, but now with this last attack, going cross-court and giving Juanco a hard time to defend that ball.
Wala nang oras para i-baby pa yung kanilang mga atake. This is their chance as we see another hit coming from Almonte. This girls of Coach Jerry has already built, rather improved their maturity
and
on the floor.
Connection as well between Romero and Almonte, as they were teammates in high school as well. Both such talented players.
Jean Assis seeing the hole in the blockers of Adamson. Monares this time starting to play. From the back, and that will not work for Julian Monares.
Too long for Monares on that last hit.
For the Lady Falcons, this is Riza Cruz serving.
Riza Cruz a little quiet in today's match with only 1 point on the board.
That's correct. Also played for Kings Montessori in high school. Jeannie Tagaod. Blocked. Assis. Romero anticipating sa baba ng net, but still, that's a tough ball to set up a play.
That ball was just too close to the net for Louis Romero to set up.
We are now tied at 3 apiece. This is the 4th set. Romero going to Tubu. Ubaldo able to see that one. Verde Flor again, setting this one. Monares. Free chance for Adamson. Almonte off the block. And that time,
there was great anticipation coming from Lorene Toring. Seeing that was an over-receive coming from FEU and decided to put that ball away.
That's correct. Hindi na niya talaga pinabayaan. Becoming more aggressive. Panangin able to put the ball over. Another one. Panangin joust at the net. Ubaldo setting this one, and
great block coming from Lucille Almonte.
Now you have, of course, Toring and Almonte in front. How difficult can that be?
These girls are both great blockers, and which gives a harder time for FEU to attack once the two of them are able to establish their block at the net.
That's correct. Almonte with a drop, Tagaod hitting that over. Romero, almost a point. Tagaod not having enough time to approach the ball. You have to credit the superb defense that Adamson is showing, and Louis Romero just capitalizing, and activating her attacks and really creating great plays.
Yes, and you can see how calm she is when it comes to orchestrating her plays. But Panangin with the response right away.
That's correct. You speak of calm, and we saw that as well on the side of the Lady Tamaraws. 4 serving 6.
Great receive.
What a dig by Juanco. And Tagaod getting a point from that attack.
Tagaod now at double digits in this match with 10 attack points. What a talented spiker she really is. And really comes alive. We saw at the start of the match, she was a little bit shaky, committing errors, but we can now see her true self as she plays.
Back-to-back points for Jeannie Tagaod. Kanina sa opensa, ngayon naman sa depensa. Parang hindi pa nga siya satisfied from that one. hindi ganun kaganda yung naging palo niya. But still,
A point for her
Yes.
and her squad. You can see her frustration in her face, even if she got that point.
that's correct. Plus, yung pagod pa. That's right. And this is 2 consecutive points on the side of the Lady Tamaraws. Solid D at the net. And this block of the set is brought to you by Peri Peri Charcoal Chicken and Sauce Bar. Order now. Verde Flor, Romero, combination play, and Lucille Almonte finding the line.
Quick response coming from that attack of Lucille Almonte. That was a great combination play that has been working for Adamson.
You know, I like how Louis Romero able, to create plays. Solid defense by Kate Santiago. That's solid and solo.
That was a great block coming from Kate Santiago. Solo block, and she was able to read that properly.
This block of the set is brought to you by Peri Peri Charcoal Chicken and Sauce Bar. Order now. First technical timeout. Adamson up by 1.
Malamig dito sa Lyceum. Naging mainit ang ulo ni Coach Tina after losing set number 3. As per Coach Tina, she emphasized maturity, asking the girls kung bakit pa sila nag-FEU kung hindi naman daw sila braver. She reminded the girls to put their trust in their action and not to overthink their passes and attacks. Sheila and Kayla let us see if the Lady Tamaraws can still set number 4.
Thank you for that, Daphne, coming from a Lady Tamaraw to another. Siyempre, alam mo yun, dadali nila or gusto niyang ipasa yung tapang na meron siya when she was still playing.
And of course, you're not only representing the name at the back, but more so the name you wear on the front of your chest, which is why you should always play with pride. And I think that's what Coach Tina Salak really just wants to impart to her girls. To play the way FEU really plays and how brave they really are when it comes to playing on that court.
That's correct. And, she also wants that on her first year under or, coaching the Lady Tamaraw, syempre gusto niyang makabawi because FEU actually finished last season's UAAP 84 113 win-loss state. So, revamping and having additions will definitely, bring FEU up the ladder on the standings. As Lorraine Turing getting a point from that attack.
Lorraine Turing coming alive in this 4th set. And Louis Romero really going to her more, actually, and giving her more attempts in terms of the attacking department.
That's correct. This tall lady from Cebu was Savi's best blocker for 2 consecutive seasons. Monares this time.
What I love about Julian Monares is she isn't the flashiest of players, but she just remains to be consistent for Coach Tina Salak and her squad.
One of the silent scorers of FEU together with Mitzi Panangin also is a lot of titles already under her name. Tubu just getting a point from that off the block.
We can see in the Adamson side that it's not only one player contributing. Now we have Kate Santiago at almost double figures, Trisha Tubu and Lucille Almonte, and now Lorraine Turing coming alive in this 4th set.
No, which is actually looking at the roster of FEU, halos lahat naman kayang mag-contribute, right? But it's just basically up to this drivers. I'm referring to the setters on how they were able to utilize their hitters.
And because you have a great setter like Romero on your team, she's able to do that for her squad. And right on cue, Romero giving that ball to Trisha Tubu for her 10th point of the match.
That's correct. Only 1 point up here by Adamson. Ubaldo to assist. Masyadong iwas sa blockers, and that point is going to Adamson University. Again, timeout called by Coach Tina Sala.
Tapos tayo din na sumisira ng momentum natin paangat. Nakakasakit yung mga ganyang maliliit na error, pumupunto sa kalaban. Okay, then wag mo kasing pigilan yung set mo, nag-aalalay ka eh. Hayaan mo, kung magkakamali sila, hindi yung ikaw. Hayaan mo. Bitaw lang, bitaw. Go, Jean!
From one setter to another, we hear Coach Tina Sala giving advice again to Christine Ubaldo. Medyo iniisip niya kasi yung sets niya and how her attackers will respond to the set she gives, which turns out to her making those errors.
That's correct, and I love how Coach Tina Salak instills accountability when it comes to performing their roles. Kung na-set mo na, wala ka na.
Yes, it's the attacker's priority to take care of that ball.
It's their job this time. Wangko, Tagaot, hitting our A-boards right here.
That was great effort though coming from the FEU side, but because of that, two of the players collided into our stand.
Wangko and, of course, that's Tagaod. Tagaod is being replaced right here. She seemed like hurt.
She seemed to have hit her head
Yes.
in that last exchange.
Monares block at the net. Good coverage. Hamili from the back. Almonte was there. Setting this one to Tubo. It's Almonte. Able to save that one.
It was great.
Yes.
Great blocks coming from the FEU side. Back-to-back blocks. And credits to Jean Assis for putting that one away.
Sinabi niya kanina sa timeout, babawi siya. And it's obvious that she did. Becoming really diligent at the net. This block of the set is brought to you by Peri Peri Charcoal Chicken and Sauce Bar. Order now. Adolfo again rising to the occasion.
Actually, Adolfo hasn't made any noise, but throughout the second set where she was placed in first, she's been consistently making noise.
That's right. She's now serving for the Lady Falcons. Ubaldo going that time to Monares.
And as I mentioned earlier, Monares continuing to be consistent for the FEU Lady Tamaraws with her attacks and her defense, her floor defense as well.
Well, they have to do more as they are down here, 12 serving for team. Romero going this one to Tubu. And again, she scores.
The thing with Trisha Tubu is, aside from her being such a powerful player, she also knows where to bring that ball.
You know what's difficult if you are the blocker or opponent of Adamson? Kasi pag titingnan mo yung si Louis Romero, hindi pa nakataas yung kamay niya.
Yes. That's how she deceives the blocker. So it's so hard for you to read as an opponent where she's gonna get that set to and where to watch out for whose spiker is gonna get that ball.
Lucille Almonte this time is the one who delivered, hitting down the line. Too strong for Monares to recover. As we go to this technical timeout, Adamson is on top 16-12.
Welcome back to our Up Live show. Once again, it's Kristen and it's Tiff and Kristen.
Oh, ikaw na si Kristen, ako na si Tiff. Grabe talaga tong ating game. Adamson leading by a set. And 4 points.
Right?
Grabe.
16-12.
Sobrang pinapatunayan talaga ng mga players natin kung sino ang may deserving ng semifinals slot.
Definitely. You know, Adolfo and Tubu really making noise out there. So, super exciting. Tingnan natin kung talagang mababag ng Adamson ang win na ito for this set.
For this set. At matatapos ba nila ito within 4 sets?
Exactly. So now, guys, super excited for what's going on. So, let's go back to the game.
Makakasama nyo rin makipag-chismisan ng inyong mga favorite players. If you download Up Live and join, of course, our conversation, you may scan the QR code now on your screens.
Barbie Hamili with that point, targeting the hands of the blockers and getting that ball through the net.
Jean Ass is serving very effective sa kanyang mga running attacks and quick for this match. Almonte malayo pero na itawid ang bola. Tubo Romero going to Almonte. Barbie Hamili already in position but misreceiving that attack.
Almonte now with 10 points on the board. Look at just how she knows where to bring that ball, using the hands of that blocker. She was actually targeting cross court, but she was still able to get that check off their block.
Romero and Tubu out. And then Alcantara, the second setter. Of course, together that time with Adolfo. Alcantara going to Lucille Almonte down the line.
And just what I was talking about earlier, Lucille Almonte knowing where to bring that ball. Hindi lang puro cross court, she knows where to bring that ball indeed. Zone 1 na ngayon yung kanyang target.
That's the 5th point of Almonte only for this set. Alcantara committing the first service error. Devosora on deck to serve for FEU. Alcantara going this time, of course, to the open, denied. From the opposite, Almonte. Hamili just breezing through the blockers.
That was an identical hit coming from Barbie Hamili, going through the hands of the blockers again and getting through that gap between the blockers and the net.
Well, she is front right now and Chinita Gaod out. Barbie Hamili is expected to contribute points. Chance for FEU. She will again go to Hamili with a drop. Saved by Almonte. Another one. Panangin was not able to see and hit the ball.
A mishit coming from Panangin. On a miscalculating actually,
yes,
in terms of how she hit that ball. And Lucille Almonte now about to serve. Adamson with a bit of a comfortable lead.
That's correct.
In this 4th set.
Ubaldo off speed. Verde Flor was there. Oh, that's Lazo. Drop ball and excellent placement by Huegos at the back of Ubaldo.
That was a smart shot coming from Huegos, seeing that there was no one in the defense of FEU in that corner.
Coach Tina Salak again calls for timeout.
Matras ka na diretso. Ang tagal eh. Ang tagal mo umere. Saka ka bababa, titingin ka pa, delay na. Gamitin mo lang yung tamang talon. Diba? Kung maliit lang yung talon, okay na. Huwag ka na mag-ball jump. Para yung pagbaba, atras ka. Hingi ka ng bola. Kung hindi siya nakababa, hindi ka mag-press. Para maka-atake. Pero mag-usap tayo.
As we heard in that timeout called by Coach Tina Salak, it was now targeted to Panangin. As after that block, Coach Tina would like her to go right away to her spot in order to be able to get a attack.
That's correct. Panangin denied. From the back, Almonte. One hand set by Alcantara. Mitzi Panangin babawi sa defense.
That was great anticipation coming from Mitzi Panangin. As you can see, drop ball. She jumped, but because of her hang time, she was still able to bring that ball back to the Adamson side.
This block of the set is brought to you by Peri Peri Charcoal Chicken and Sauce Bar. Order now. Ang taas na nga nung drop na abot pa niya.
Yes. It's all about her hang
yes.
time.
Monares. Alcantara going that time to Huegos. Good save by Kiseo. But an error. Monares, presence of mind, not really seeing where she is in that court. That's a missed opportunity for the Lady Tamaraws. Turing serving for Adamson, 21, serving 16. Baldo going to Monares. I would love how Adamson becoming steadier when it comes to their defense at the net. But Coach Tina Salak uses a challenge for this part of the match.
FEU is challenging the ruling on block touch.
Block touch ang challenge dito ni Coach Tina Salak. And again, if you just tuned in, this is the first game of our quadruple header. We are already in the next round. Top 8 teams po ang maglalaban for this part of our tournament. We have 4 games today. Separate tickets na po when it comes to the third game. So you don't want to miss any games. First 2 games and the last 2 games. Come and watch us live here at the Rizal Memorial Coliseum. Hindi kayo magsisisi if you see these games, up close. And for those of you who won't be able to make it to the venue, by the way, I hope everyone is safe dahil sa bagyong Paeng. And if you still don't want to miss our exciting games, watch it live now at Plus Network. We have our Facebook page at My Plus Network and also our YouTube at Plus Network 2020. Para naman sa Shakeys Super League, we have Facebook and TikTok, and of course, their Facebook page at Shakeys PH. Watch the next day broadcast on IBC 13 on Free TV and Solar Sports on cable. Join the chat in Up Live, of course, and we have our host, Tiff and Kristen, ang makakasama nyo sa kwentuhan. It's going to be exciting games and, of course, topics. Know more about your favorite players and the schools that you support via Up Live as well. Ang dami na nating platforms, right, for everyone to utilize wherever you are.
Let's take a look at this challenge called by Coach Tina Salak.
The challenge made by FEU is unsuccessful.
And that challenge is called as unsuccessful as it was called a foretouch or not over in that last attack.
Right, and again, that is something new to us, especially now that we are on the next round. Both teams get 2 challenges every set. And for a successful challenge, you still get 2. For an unsuccessful, mababawasan na po yan ng isa. Ang haba ng palo that time ni Adolfo, but still Wangko was not able to contain it. Adamson here, serving 23, serving 16. Turin is still at the service line. Hamili Ubaldo going to Monares, down the line attack.
Another great attack coming from Ann Monares, going to zone 1 this time. Knowing where and how to vary her attacks in terms of which zone she targets.
Well, this game is not yet over. Good defense and point right there for FEU.
Miscommunication on the side of Adamson on who was gonna get that ball to bring that third ball over the net.
We can see Chinita Gaod putting an ice on her head. Well, from that instance earlier, another excellent D, but that ball will sail out in favor that time of Adamson still.
We see substitutions coming in for Adamson, Louis Romero checking in together with Trisha Tubu to try and close out this match.
That's correct. Yes, this is Louis Romero, the team captain. Adamson at match point. Kiseo giving this one to Monares. Ubaldo to Asis. Tubo, and yes, Trisha Tubo pulling the plug here, getting that win for her team. This is the Adamson Lady Falcons winning in 4 sets. Louis Romero just activating Trisha Tubo from that opposite no defense on the side of the FEU Lady Tamaraws. Adamson finishing this one 25-18. And there you go. You can see Adamson Lady Falcons getting their first win, continuing to rise and move up in Pool F. And we have our MVP of the match. And this is brought to you by Shakey's Super Delivery. Order your favorite thin crust pizza and Mojos now. And for MVP, Kayla, who did you choose?
Well, choosing the MVP of the match was such a difficult choice because you have contributions from Santiago, Tubu, and Almonte, but I ended up choosing Lucille Almonte. She's just a smart player, such a powerful player, knows where to bring that ball. Her floor defense and reception was steady all throughout the match.
At kasama na nga siya ngayon ni Daphne at the sidelines.
Thank you, Sheila and Kayla. Here with me is our MVP of the match, Lucille Almonte. Congratulations, Lucille.
Thank you po.
So, coming to this game, alam naman natin, medyo naging challenging siya, 4-setter game. So, how were you able to pull back the momentum?
Sa team po is ginawa lang talaga namin kung ano yung dapat namin gawin. Kasi lahat naman kami may kanya-kanyang responsibilities. And good thing na mabilis sa kapag-adjust yung team.
In the past few games, medyo naging silent ka. So what's new or anong meron ngayon kay Lucille Almonte?
Siguro ngayon mas naging aggressive si Lucille. So,
Okay. I'm sure that your friends and families are very much proud of you. Now it's your time para naman mabati sila.
Binabati ko po yung family ko na nasa Davao and yung Adamson community po, Akari, and yung boyfriend ko po.
Once again, our MVP of the match, papizza ka naman, Lucille. Of course, you'll be receiving some gifts from Shakeys. Once again, congratulations, Lucille, and to the rest of the Adamson Lady Falcons. Now back to the panel.
Maraming salamat, Daphne, of course, to Jeannie Mondejar, and congratulations to our MVP of the match. That's Lucille Almonte of the Adamson Lady Falcons. Looking back at what happened in our games earlier, first set, no, it's a tough start for FEU.
Yes, Adamson with a dominating win in that first set. FEU just piling up with those service errors to begin with.
That's correct, and it took a toll on their performance. Kaya naman, pagdating sa second set, dito sila nakapag-adjust. They are able to control the points. After the first and second technical timeout, they are still leading up here and making every possible effort, and they are able to snatch the second set.
And as I mentioned earlier, you have contributions coming from Trisha Tubu, and on the other side, we see Chini Tagaod, and of course, Monares as well for the FEU squad.
That's correct. FEU's errors preventing them to build the momentum, and that actually extends to the fourth set. Now, they were able to get points, pero ang bilis naman mabawi dahil sa kanilang mga errors. We saw Wangko and Chini Tagaod hitting the A-boards. That's towards the end of the game. Kaya naman hindi na natin nakita na ipasok dito si Chini Tagaod. And that is Adamson Lady Falcons getting their first win, 25-15, 24-26, 25-18, and 25-18. They will rise and get, a good start of our second round. And you can see Ubaldo, of course, setting, of course, the momentum, and Louis Romero on the other side. Wag po kayong aalis. Second match is De La Salle University going up against UST Golden Tigresses. This is the Shakeys Super League.